You famously had a disagreement, a notable disagreement about the creation of 106 and Park.
Yeah, did I?
Why? You said that you said what you said, and Stephen Hill and Bow Wow kind of said you didn't. Do you stand on your original assertion?
Yeah, I do. I stand on it. I mean, I don't. You know, it's a thing where I discuss plans like this in private. Right? If I called you and said, "Tigger, let's make a whatever something," right? And then it happens, but you don't tell her, right? And you don't tell everybody here, and you just like look like you did it, right? And then somebody just says it. You know, you might be like, you might want to like try to protect the way you look out of the situation, right? And I feel like there's a lot of that going on, as opposed to me just, you know, just flat out, nah, you know, that's not. Everybody knows that's not true. Like, it's nobody walking this earth that doesn't know that it's impossible. Like, all my things add up. Just to say, no, I didn't. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I said, if somebody was doing it, somebody was creating that show prior to me saying that, then, you know.
I think Steven said it was an overstep, and Bow Wow flat out said you didn't do it.
Yeah, well, you know, like I said, it's a phone call. That if I pick up my phone, I don't have everybody on the phone with me. So who knows? Only person knows this is me and Stephen Hill.
Okay.
He knows. But I mean, like I said, I never said this for me to get the credit for creating 106 and Park, right? I never even, by the way, I never cared about that in the first place from day one. You know what I mean? I throw people ideas all the time, and I don't care to take credit.
Give me a couple.
I don't care to take that. That's not my thing. It's like, I see something, and I might say, hey, you know, like LaTocha, I don't manage her, but she asked me a question about her job, and I offer my assistance, and if she does what I say, I could possibly say, hey, look, you see that? I told her to do that, but I'm not. That's not my goal. I was just showing that that's just how I work when I'm working and doing what I got to do, and then, you know, in this day and era and time, everybody thinks that you're fighting for, you know, likes or comments or whatever. I don't need that stuff.
People are fighting for acknowledgement.
Huh? Yeah, all of that. People I don't care about that. Yeah. By the way, I don't need no more jobs either. I would never want to be doing that and doing everything else that I was doing, like, at the same time. It's crazy.
So, how's your relationship with Bow Wow these days?
I don't know. We don't speak on that.
We don't speak on a relationship?
Nah, we don't speak on that.
Why?
It's just no more. It's not. It's a waste of time to talk about.
It's like a family thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a waste of time.
It's a waste of time to have the conversation.
Well, you're going to be an uncle. Congrats to the Brad.
I was going to say for the second time, third time.
Well, her first time.
Godfather. I might be more like a godfather.
Godfather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
the godpappy.
That's more fitting for me.
Okay. The Godfather.
Yeah, I'm more like a godfather.
You're going to be the Godfather.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. I guess I'm an uncle or whatever.
Brad, are you excited?
Yeah. I'm speaking to her, asking her about, you know, names. At the New Edition concert, actually, I was like, so what's the name? So now that we know it's a boy, what's his name?
Yes,
you know? So
I love it.
It's still not decided. So it's like, you know, I'm really anxious to see what she names her son.
That is a whole announcement.
That
is the whole announcement.
Yeah.
So we just had Escape in here the other day, and then we had LaTocha here as well. I know you know all the drama that's been going on with them from their show, Queens of R&B. They've been going back and forth about a lot of stuff. One thing, they brought your name up and was saying that you were responsible for not releasing LaTocha's albums. They said, well, why don't you ask JD about it? Did she ever ask you about that?
No.
What are your thoughts on
They
that?
don't
What
ask me that.
happened?
They know what ask me.
What would have been your answer?
Because Tasha blamed Kandi for it, and, you know, it was said you and Kandi was dating at the time, and she was like, I ain't finna stop your music from coming out. Talk to JD about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about this because I saw it, and I was like, I don't actually remember. But really, I don't.
But you wouldn't have given Kandi that kind of power to stop somebody, another artist on your label's record, right?
You said what now?
You wouldn't have allowed Kandi to stop. That's
she?
That's what I'm saying. So that was the allegation.
No, nobody can. No, it don't have nothing to do with it. I don't. Like I said, I don't actually remember what actually happened in the process of Tasha's project. but I do know that it was moving forward. When I did Bounce With Me, Tasha, that's actually Tasha singing by herself on that song. And so me and Tasha was in the studio at that time. I don't remember what was actually happening. There was a lot going on at the time. Cause like I think if and it's so crazy because Nelly was in the studio with me last night. We was talking about these egos, and he's like, JD, that's your job. That's what you do. You deal with all the egos. You know how to do it very well. Because if you remember, like when I did So Def 20th anniversary, it was only 2 girls that came on stage and performed as Escape at the 20th.
Oh, wow.
Right? So it's and at that time it was Tasha and her sister, and Tamika and Kandi didn't show up. So it's like, I don't pay no attention to this either. I just it's okay. It is what y'all. I love it. I actually like it more or less than anything. I know everybody probably like this guy's wild, but the fact that you guys are talking to these girls in 2023, and I signed them in '92, and they are like at the top of the conversation on every blog, on TV, radio. It's a that's a real. I feel like something. That says something about the talent that they are, that people really still care about them. You know what I mean? Enough to for you to even be asking me about them. It's like, that's the first group I ever signed, and for them to still be, they probably more popular now than they were when, when I first signed them. So I feel like we in that world where if Kandi's been a housewife since the duration, right? Since it first started, right? So she's basically part of that world. And they have basically gone into that world. So I think it's almost like what you was just saying, Tigger, about like me going into different, sectors of life. I feel like they have evolved from this early 90s girl group to, a talked about girl group in the 2000s, and then they're continuing to keep it going. So I feel like hopefully they all understand we only get one life, right? We only get one life. So all of this excitement, turn it into something, put an album out. That's what I hope happens.
Dupri's in the building this morning. He's our guest. Full 4 day in the A. Got a new EP out today for motivational use only. We getting some motivation right now. So Def, please believe it. How to keep it moving. That is the motivational start for today.
Yeah, you only get one life. You gotta, argue, get it over with. Let's get in that, put an album out.
Sheesh. Versus, is it happening or nah?
Oh man, we don't know at this point. I mean, I won't say.
How can we not know right now?
It's a lot of moving pieces to this thing. It's a lot of moving pieces.
We heard Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, we know exactly where we want to do it, and all of this.
We heard 2 different shows.
It's just a lot of moving pieces. I haven't heard 2 different shows. I've heard so many different things. Like somebody called me the other day, and they was like, "Yo, I heard there's a preliminary battle before you guys." I'm like, "What the hell?"
Warm-up battle.
What is this? What is going on right now?
What is this?
And it was like this was just gonna be like Hit Maker against Hit Boy, and that was gonna be preliminary before the that bad boy thing. And I was just like, you guys are like going to the extreme, just making up stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like people want to just like make up things so they can just have something to talk about.
So in your best mind, what does it look like, and what does it look like? Where is it? How does it happen? How does the verses between So Def and Bad Boy happen?
It's a concert ultimately.
It needs to be.
It's a concert, and it's not even really a battle. It's just a us showing who we are. For the most
showcase.
Will you be selling the So Def hoodies? The infamous ones that everybody wanted back in the day that no one could get.
Which hoodie is
the big one with the big afro logo? Yeah, because I still have one of those.
Right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not an artist, but I just want it. So.
Okay, all right. Well, we got. Matter of fact, I think we got.
Well,
this hoodie comes out today.
Nice.
But she from the east side, so she's not gonna wear it. You can wear it.
I can wear it.
Again.
But you always got. Listen, everybody in the city has to come to College Park because you want to get out of the town and go to the airport. So you all have to come to my hood.
I've gone through College Park.
You all have to come to College Park at some point in time in Atlanta. So therefore, you can go to global14.com today and get you a Southside College Park hoodie.